Hello survivors, Caedo Genesis here, bringing you another collectibles guide for Fallout 4, this time covering all 20 of the bobbleheads you can find in the post-war Commonwealth. Along with all 20 of the locations, I will be going over the effects that each bobblehead gives you as well. And we will start off with the 7 special attribute bobbleheads, which are Strength, Perception, Endurance, Charisma, Intelligence, Agility, and Luck, covering the skill-oriented ones after that. So let's fill up that bobblehead stand, shall we? The special bobbleheads begin with Strength, which waits for us at the Mass Fusion building, probably the most recognizable in the Boston skyline. It is just north of Goodneighbor. High above the lobby in here, there is a chrome wall-mounted statue. Climb your way up or down to this statue, and the Strength bobblehead is cleverly placed right on top of it. Collecting this raises your Strength attribute permanently by 1. Second on this list, and likely the first you will find, is the Perception bobblehead. This is located in the Museum of Freedom in Concord. One of your very first quests in Fallout 4 will lead you here to save Preston Garvey and the other settlers. The Perception bobblehead is sitting on the desk. Within this room they have barricaded themselves inside. And collecting this, naturally, will raise your Perception by 1 permanently. Third of the attribute bobbleheads is Endurance, which is found in the Poseidon energy plant towards the southeastern edge of the map and south of the Atom Cat's garage. When you first get to this location, you will have to use the drain pipes on the southeast side of the building for easy entry, and then of course navigate the facility to find the raider leaders, or where the raiders and defenses are most plentiful, and up high among the catwalks in an office, this bobblehead lies on the desk nearby, along with a Tesla Science magazine. Collecting this will raise your base endurance by 1. Fourth is the bobblehead for Charisma, which holds a few more requirements than most to collect. The Secret of Cabot House questline must be pretty far along or completed to gain access to this bobblehead, which is found in the Parsons State Insane Asylum. So to begin the Cabot family questline, you need only travel to Bunker Hill and speak to a ghoul mercenary by the name of Edward Deegan, starting off the quest to help Jack Cabot and his family. In a later stage of the quest, you follow Jack to Parsons State Insane Asylum, and in the same room you find Edward Deegan on the floor. The Charisma bobblehead sits on the desk nearby, and upon acquisition raises your Charisma permanently by 1. The fifth attribute bobblehead is Intelligence, and can be found in the Boston Public Library. You can be led here by Daisy in Goodneighbor, but this location is not quest locked. This library is just west of Trinity Plaza, and has 2 access points, the side door and Copley Station underneath. Look for the well-fortified room near the side entrance, and you will find some dead ex-gunners. Towards the back is a terminal, and near the terminal is a key. This opens the locked room nearby. Near the various electronic equipment is the Intelligence bobblehead, and when picked up it will raise your intelligence for good by 1. The A of Special is for Agility, and this bobblehead is found at the wreck of the FMS Northern Star. This is east of the previously mentioned Poseidon Energy, and just to the south of Warwick Farmstead. Fight and climb your way through this ruined ship until you find the shacks near the bow. The Agility bobblehead is actually sitting at the very edge of said bow. And as expected, when collecting this, your Agility gets permanently raised by 1. Seventh and last of the special attribute bobbleheads is the Luck bobblehead, and this one is found on Spectacle Island, to the northeast across the water from the FMS Northern Star and the Warwick Farmstead we had mentioned before. While this private island is rather large, the bobblehead is actually found in a location that you were led to. After you find the moored tugboat, the Luck bobblehead sits in the lockers right by the steamer trunk in the cabin, and collecting this bobblehead will make you that much more lucky, well, by 1 anyway. Now to the more skill-oriented bobbleheads, we begin with Barter, found at Longneck Lukowski's Cannery. This factory is to the south of Salem, and while there are some mysteries here to be found, the office above the conveyors is where you will find the Barter bobblehead, which makes buying and selling prices permanently 5% better. Next up is Big Guns, found in Vault 95. This vault is a nice trek southwest of West Roxbury, and just northeast of the Glowing Sea. The Big Guns bobblehead is found in the residential section of this vault. It is in one of these residential rooms through a blown out wall, that this bobblehead sits on top of a radio. Collecting this bobblehead raises your critical damage with Big Guns, for a permanent boost of 25%. Next up is the Energy Weapons bobblehead, which is found in the command center area of Fort Hagan. This area of Fort Hagan only becomes unlocked when you've begun the Reunion's main quest, and after, of course. Make your way down to the Fort Hagan command center and find the room that looks like a cafeteria. It is in this cafeteria's kitchen that you will find the Energy Weapons bobblehead, which, like the Big Guns bobblehead, increases your critical damage with energy weapons by a permanent 25%. Next is the Explosives bobblehead, found in Saugus Ironworks. This is found east of Malden Township and south of the Slog. Get inside, and once you find the blast furnace room, which also contains the boss here named Slag, there is a control panel above the furnace itself. on top of which this bobblehead lies. And once collected, the explosives bobblehead will increase your damage with explosives by 15% permanently. Now for one in the main city, the lock-picking bobblehead. And betting the location is intentional, it's in Pickman Gallery, which is to the north of Goodneighbor near the channel. Make your way into Pickman Gallery and find your way to the underground to discover what kind of secrets are within, after you find the final room with the trunk, of course, along with a magazine and the bobblehead. The lock-picking bobblehead does what you would expect by saying picking locks is permanently easier. The 13th bobblehead to find is the medicine bobblehead found in the secret vault section of Vault 81. This vault is to the west of Diamond City, and once you gain access and make friends with the dwellers inside, primarily by going to the clinic and donating blood to Dr. Forsyth, after about a day passes, returning to the vault clinic will reveal the hole-in-the-wall quest, which results in you gaining access to the secret vault. This bobblehead lies in the same room as the cure you are searching for, towards the end of this well-concealed area. Picking up the medicine bobblehead will give your stim packs a 10% increase in effect when it comes to healing, of course. Next is the melee bobblehead found at Trinity Tower, another easy to notice structure in the city. It is southwest of the Boston Common and east of the Boston Library. Climb up this mutant infested tower, and at the very top, where you find a couple of prisoners, the melee bobblehead is found in the cell that they are locked in, and after you pick it up, this permanently increases your melee critical damage by 25%. We continue forth with the repair bobblehead found at the Corvega assembly plant, the largest structure in the south end of Lexington. This bobblehead is actually on top of the plant instead of inside, so if you find your way to the rooftop one way or another and follow the catwalk all the way up around the big blue spherical tank with a giant Corvega on it, the repair bobblehead sits at the end of this catwalk. Collecting the repair bobblehead will increase the lifespan of your fusion cores by 10%. 16th on this list is the Science bobblehead, located in Vault 75, which is under Malden Middle School. I suppose it makes sense that Malden Middle School is within the Malden Township, a good trek north of the Bunker Hill Memorial. If it is your first time through, you will receive a quest upon entering to uncover the mysteries of Vault 75. If you find the observation room overlooking the combat test, also in the area where you find a gunner with the admin access card, you will locate on a desk nearby the Science bobblehead, which, when collected, any terminal you hack after this point will give you an extra guess when picking keywords. Next is the Small Guns bobblehead, which is found in the Gunner's Plaza, which is southwest of West Roxbury. Have caution, as this is a full-fledged gunner base. But if you want your Small Guns bobblehead, you will have to make your way into the heart of this building. On the ground floor where the hallway splits, there is a room in the center. This is the one you will be trying to access where the gunner leader is present, and so is the bobblehead. Find a way to unlock the door and fight your way or sneak your way inside, and this permanent increase of 25% to critical damage with your ballistic small arms and rifles is yours for the taking. Third from the last is the Sneak bobblehead in Dunwich Borers. This quarry is found to the west of Salem, and after you find your way into the mines themselves and begin to uncover the unsettling mystery within, find your way to checkpoint 4. It is right by this pillar that you will find the Sneak bobblehead, which after acquisition makes you 10% harder to detect. 19th is the Speech bobblehead found within Vault 114 inside of Park Street Station. This is an unfinished vault occupied by Triggermen, just barely southwest of Goodneighbor. Get to the Overseer's room with the prisoner inside, and the Speech bobblehead sits atop the Overseer's desk. Once collected, the Speech bobblehead will increase the amount of caps that Wasteland merchants have available by 100. 20th and last on this list of bobbleheads is the one for Unarmed. This is found at the Adam Cat's garage south of the castle, and of course northeast of Quincy. There is a large barn in the back with a Corvega automobile, and acting as its hood ornament is the Unarmed bobblehead. Like the other combat-oriented bobbleheads, this will increase your critical damage with unarmed strikes by 25%. And that is all 20 of the bobbleheads in less than 10 minutes, and just like the books and magazines, these can be taken out of your inventory and put onto the stand, and you will still retain the bonuses. So you don't have to worry about losing your perks if you lose the bobbleheads. If you found this guide entertaining, useful, or a little of both, do whatever it is you see fit to show that. And if you wish for more guides like this, you know what to do. Thank you very much for watching. This is Caedo Genesis, and may you wander the Commonwealth like you own it.